My week was sort of complicated this past week. Unfortunately, I had to get some eye surgery done at Johns Hopkins University Hospital and what's called the Wilmer Eye Institute. And it's amazing what they have in our area and the connections that we have for some unbelievable things. Thursday morning, actually, I went up there and by 1 o'clock, they were cutting open my eye on my right side and actually doing a partial transplant of my cornea. This is probably unknown to many people, but rather than total cornea transplants, they can actually take the tissue that's bad in your eye, remove it, and they're replacing it with a transplant from some donor eye. And I got to admit, I'm not even wearing glasses right now, and I'm sort of blurry in my right eye, but the vision's slowly coming back every day. And it's an amazing surgery, and I'm grateful for my wife who waited for me. She had to drive me up here, and she actually, they would not allow her inside the surgery center. She literally sat outside in the car for almost 6 hours. I think she went up to the main hospital for a little bit, but they wouldn't even, they're just so restrictive about this COVID thing. You can't even go into the waiting area anymore. You definitely can't go into the surgery center at all. So it's a trying time for all of us here. But I'm mending well, but I spent most of my time after the surgery. I had to lay flat on my back for 2 days because of this. They put a bubble in your eye to hold this tissue in place. It's almost impossible to sew it in place. I mean, it's amazing what they do, but I'm recovering well. So most of that was done there. I got to say, I do thank everybody out there that's been the great volunteers during our vaccination clinics here and everything. It's been tremendous. My wife and I worked a couple Thursdays ago, and I was amazed at all the people that were there and how dedicated they were and how quickly they were moving these vehicles through the Hollywood Fire Department Center. Like everybody said here, and you heard the testimony from Dr. Brewster, it's not nothing to do with the way we can administer it. It's just the availability of the vaccine. Now, I will say I did tell my brother, I got a younger brother, believe it or not, I got 5 younger brothers. Mm-hmm. This was one of the younger ones, 69 years old. But anyway, he complained about not being able to get on, and I said, hey, call the health department. Call the Aging and Human Services Department. I gave him the number, 301-475-4200, 1049. He did. And of course, the next week he got on. So for those of you 65 and older, please do use that number. And they are using that list to get to us that are in the aging population. So I say, please sign up. Remember, extension 1049. It's an easier process than going online, believe it or not. So with that said,
Mr. President,
yes,
I want one more thing out there, sports fans. Bipartisanship and working together. For a number of months, the county has been working hard on getting FEMA money back for Hurricane Isaias. And if you remember, 2 times we had a loss, and we had to go back and to appeal that decision, and it's been dragging. So Congressman Hoyer and I have been in touch a lot on this stuff. 2 things: getting the money back to the county for FEMA for the Isaias, and getting the Route 6 bridge up at Persimmon Creek repaired. This week, he called me, and his staff called me earlier in the week to let us know that FEMA has approved the redistribution of money. So it's not, when we come back to the budget, we have to find $1.2, $1.4 million along the way out of our budget to pay for the damages, but FEMA's going to reimburse us. So, in the game of politics is local, and I know there's a lot of angst out there with everything going on in D.C., but I want to thank Gerald Gardner, Steve Walker, and Congressman Hoyer for helping get us the money back here for FEMA and making sure that, our budget gets refreshed along the way. And so there is still some bipartisanship out there. So with that, thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. That is very good. And it's a lot of hard work on everybody's parts. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes things that go on, not just in the local county here, but we go outside the county as much as possible to help. And so we appreciate those who are following. Commissioner Morgan and I work a lot with Annapolis through MACO and the Rural County Coalition in trying to follow these bills that, in the end, we try to get no more unfunded mandates passed on down to the county. But unfortunately, I think we're going to have a lot of them to pass down this year.